Everything to know about the Liberty Falls gameplay reveal from Call of Duty Next. Now, I have already posted a video talking about all of the backlash from people saying that the map is boring and doesn't have a unique atmosphere and it's too multiplayer / Warzone / Outbreakified. And whilst I do agree to an extent, I've already tackled this topic in a video, so I'm not going to be touching on that. This video is purely going to be about news. So Call of Duty have actually released a big blog where they go over everything. However, before I jump into that, I first want to go over a thread that Magua has created over on Twitter that just kind of runs you down on all of the basics you need to know about this map. So I thought I would go over this at first before we jump into a deeper dive for those of you who just want to get the facts straight and simple, nice and quickly. So the map is of course going to be very, very small and easy to navigate. We've always known this. Now there are lots of large sections out of the map, out of bounds, that you cannot go to, and I personally think these are going to be future DLC maps because there's no way they have textured in and put so much detail into all of these out of bounds sections if they're not going to be DLC. There are many familiar locations such as a bowling alley and stores which are very similar to the real life location of Harper's Ferry that the map is based on. There is a dark ether door portal that can be bought in front of the church which leads you to the PackAPunch. So PackAPunch is very easy on the map. You literally just can go in and out of the dark ether, so simple, just like that. It's not anything complicated. I would have kind of liked the dark ether to be more involved, but maybe in the Easter egg quest that's going to be more prevalent. Now in terms of general features, of course all of the features from Terminus are returning: ammo boxes, the rampage and juicer, etc. There is of course going to be a main quest and then the guided version coming a few weeks after release with Season 1. There's also going to be 2 wonder weapons on the map, the jet gun and the ray gun. Now of course in the Liberty Falls intro cutscene we see that Richtofen has the Wonder Wharf and it breaks, so I think that's going to come in a DLC map. I think we're going to go in that mansion in a DLC map, considering there's this giant mansion that's literally textured in, we see in the intro, and then it's not actually a part of the map at all. Surely means that we're going to experience that and we're going to be able to use the Wonder Wharf in the future. But yeah, it's not on this map unfortunately. There are zip lines and grapples around the map that allow you to traverse much easier like we had in Toten or like you have in Warzone, etc. So yeah, it definitely really does feel like an Outbreak experience. I think that's one big thing that a lot of people are complaining about. It does seem like maybe it could have been at one point in time, but it got changed into a round-based experience, maybe due to the development of Modern Warfare 3. Zombies. Now enemies will drop keys which you can open a vault in the bank to open security boxes with, and you can get different rewards from this, but apparently, you know, you don't get great rewards, but we only saw short gameplay of people experiencing it, so maybe there's much better rewards we haven't seen yet. Now there's no set crew on the map. You're just playing as operators, which again is something people are complaining about, but Terminus is going to have a set crew. You can play as operators as well on there. So in terms of the storyline, an outbreak zone has started in Liberty Falls. Eddie tasks Blanchard to scramble Janus response teams to come save them and salvage the situation, but he fails. An unknown group of operators appear, which Blanchard assumes is the Janus team, but they are not. So that's very interesting. There could be people trying to sabotage Richtofen, and I've talked more about that in a video talking about the storyline already. Now in terms of the enemies on the map, basically it's a bunch of returning ones. So we have the normal zombies, of course. We have manglers, we have the vermin, the spiders that are also on Terminus, and then we also have the abomination returning. Now they did show at COD Next the Mega Abomination as a massive physical interactable puppet that looks so cool, and the fact they had the Mega Abomination there makes me think that maybe the Mega Abomination is going to be on this map as well. Maybe high into the rounds or potentially in the main quest we're going to encounter a Mega Abomination. But yeah, no new enemy types on here. Well, I guess the vermin are if we didn't get Terminus revealed first. Now in terms of the jet gun, of course it's returning from transit, but it's going to be working differently. It's a lot better. Of course the transit one would break, which was so annoying. However, this one, whilst it can't break, it can still overheat from extended usage. There is a primary fire that pulls zombies into its turbine. Powerful zombies like manglers get stunned as well. The secondary fire activates when it overheats and it shoots out a large blast, kind of like a stun to keep you safe. And it will also suck up salvage, armor, or any different items on the floor. I assume power-ups as well, anything like that. So you can use it for many different things. And yeah, that'll definitely be involved in the main quest, definitely. Now in the main quest itself, it seems like it's going to start off with you trying to rescue 3 of the Janus scientists.
Blanchard to Alpha. 3 Janus science staffers are missing somewhere in your AO. Locate and extract. I'm counting on their expertise to end this outbreak.
or the Janus scientists, should I say, that have been taken. We know, of course, one of them, Pericles Panos, gets taken in the intro cutscene, so he's probably one of them that you have to try and rescue. But I definitely think this elite unit that's been sent in has an ulterior motive. As to why the actual Janus team didn't come here as well is very interesting. With that being said, let's get into Call of Duty's blog to learn everything about the map. So first it says, the atmosphere of Liberty Falls, which takes place concurrently with the dimensional breach over on Terminus Island, feels a world away from the dark, stormy waters waters of the Philippine Sea and the massive concrete prison Gregory Weaver and his crew are fighting to escape from. Players must explore the once idyllic, now horrific, small West Virginian town of Liberty Falls, whose residents have either fled or barricaded themselves into the settlement in a last desperate attempt to survive. By the time you arrive, assumed to be part of the Project Janus forces under the watchful eye of Security Chief John Blanchard, the town is overrun and the battle seems well and truly lost, although it's not actually the Project Janus forces, it's some other group that I guess is going to be important in the quest once Blanchard actually finds out who they are. A tormented soul. By now you may have realized that Edward Richtofen is back, seen in the intro cutscene. Plagued by nightmares related to the death of his family, the emotional trauma has become a motivating factor in his actions, which we already know. He appears to be continuing his duties as the director, though this time he's heading up the clandestine Project Janus organization from an old mansion on the hillside above the Liberty Falls. The gameplay witnesses a different set of characters battling their way through the barricaded streets, with Janus Security Chief John Blanchard acting as the handler. He assumes your team to be a part of Project Janus security cleanup operation and monitors your progress against the undead from afar. Now, a big thing is that Easter egg items in the game, and it's confirmed from the Liberty Falls gameplay, are now actually going to be picked up across your team. So regardless of who picks up the Easter egg item, you're going to have it in your inventory. This is a major feature. It's going to get people more involved in the Easter eggs. Instead of people just carrying someone, you know, they can get involved now because everyone's going to have those items instead of you having to have a set person to collect items, and that's definitely going to be important in the Easter egg because someone's probably going to have to pick something up. Someone else might be on another part of the map and they might be able to put it somewhere a lot quicker than that same person having to run across the map. The way you traverse the town involves scouring the streets for side routes, ascenders, and even zip lines to navigate quickly and effectively as the rounds increase. The quest objectives become more obtuse and the situation grows ever more overwhelming. Whether you are holding up close to the church or engaging in a frantic last stand atop of the bank roof, aptly names the Alamo, Liberty Falls requires a slightly different mindset when you are planning your survival. Now, they have confirmed every single zombies map in the game is going to feature a main quest, which we kind of already knew, and they've specifically said that they will come with multi-stage main quests. They said that Treyarch have ensured that these are involved and difficult as they are entertaining for veteran zombies players and those newer players dedicated enough to drop in and scour the map to solve clues and secrets. Expect to be recompensated with unique and limited time rewards, so I can't wait for that. Now, of course, since Terminus is a much harder map, I'm assuming that quest's going to be a lot more difficult. This one's probably going to be a lot simpler, and they've confirmed the name of the guided quest now. So there's going to be the hard versions on release with the guided version later, which is actually going to be called the direct mode. This directed mode will basically guide you through the quest, keep you on a limited number of rounds. It's a new way to grow the zombies community, enabling new players, including those that didn't follow the storyline in previous zombies experiences, to dive into the game with a little more help than just a loadout and a will to survive. The directed mode offers direct assistance to completing main quests, with objectives listed on screen. All side quests, Easter eggs, trials, and the Rampage Inducer are disabled in this mode. Rounds are capped based on completing certain steps within the progression, so the undead hordes don't get out of hand before you have time to increase your prowess with the use of perks and PackAPunch weaponry. So they've said the round cap is around round 15 for most maps, but I guess it's not set in stone. For example, you may be asked to investigate a location and complete an objective there, during which a round cap is set to a certain round number. This means zombies waves will still spawn, but once the round cap is reached and all zombies in that round defeated, the same round will spawn again until the objective is completed. So this is actually awesome and gives us a much better understanding of how the guided quest is going to work. I guess it won't show you exactly what to do, but it's going to give you the time, as well as it's going to lower the skill of the zombies to enable you to do it. The round will basically just go on repeat until you've done the step that you need to. Just as important as growing the zombies community is allowing the biggest fans of the game enough time to explore the new maps completely unaided, just as they did in the past. Directed mode will therefore arrive later after launch, with a calling card reward available for completing the main quest before the directed mode goes live, because of course if you can do the directed mode first, it'll make it easier to do the hard version without the guided version. So there's going to be an exclusive thing you can get for that, and doing it early. So this is definitely one of the best things about the game, the fact that they are thinking, of course, about growing the zombies community. Literally everyone can jump in and now do quests without looking up an Easter egg guide or anything like that, but at the same time, you know, for the 2 or 3 weeks before the guided version releases, you're going to be able to enjoy the hard version, and you can still do either version once the guided version is out as well anyways, but if you do it sooner, you're going to get some exclusive rewards. It does seem like there's many different rewards as well for doing the quests over and over again in different ways, and different challenges for them, and Dark Ops achievements are going to be back as well, which I'm so excited about for both multiplayer, Warzone, and zombies. There's an exclusive calling card you can get for doing 100%, and I'm sure there's going to be so many secrets in zombies to discover to get exclusive Dark Ops calling cards to put your skills to the test. Now, we are also going to be seeing weapon mastery camos, and in fact, there's going to be exclusive ones for both zombies, multiplayer, and Warzone. So on screen right now, you can see all of them, and the zombies ones are amazing. You have Mystic Gold, Opal, Afterlife camo from Black Ops 2, although it definitely is nowhere near as good. They they've butchered this camo. They definitely need to bring back just the classic Afterlife camo as it was. And then finally we have Nebula. Now for the perks, it's all of the same perks from Terminus, so I'm just going to quickly go over this. There's 8 perks in the game: Stamina Up, Speed Cola, Quick Revive, PhD Flopper, the new one, Melee Macchiato, which you will actually be able to have a separate slot for melee weapons now. It's not just in zombies and multiplayer Warzone as well, and apparently Melee Macchiato is going to be great with that, with using other types of weapons. You then have Juggernog, Elemental Pop, and Deadshot Daiquiri. Now there will be more coming in DLC, probably Mule Kick and many familiar ones, and hopefully some new ones as well. Now they've given more information on Augments, which are obviously going to be rich. Again, I'm just going to jump right into this because I'm not going to re-explain it again because I've talked about it in prior videos, but there's over 100 Augments to unlock and equip at launch, but they've given us specifics. So for Perk-a-Colas, there's 8, of course, with 6 Augments each, so 48 total. For Ammo Mods, there's 5 at launch, each with 6 Augments, so 30 total. For Field Upgrades, there's 5, each with 6 Augments, so 30 total. However, there's many more that will be coming post-launch. I'm not sure if that'll just be for existing perks and equipment, etc., or if that's just going to be for new stuff that is released, new field upgrades, new perks, etc. And of course, you can only choose a major and minor augment for each one. The major one giving you, of course, a big buff to the behavior of the item, the minor one being a limited advantage. So you won't be able to use all of them, so you'll have to pick and choose which you think are the best. And we've gotten a new look at the Gobblegums as well. We've gotten some images of some of them that are going to be in the game, all ones that we pretty much already knew, and they gave some information in the blog as well, which I'll have a screenshot of on screen right now so you can read all of the details about Gobblegums. It's mostly the stuff we already knew, so if you want to pause the video and read it all for yourself, you can do so. I'm not going to recap it because, like I said, we pretty much already knew all of this stuff. Now regarding the ray gun, so I want to touch on this. Obviously we knew the ray gun was back, however they've actually given it a redesign now, and honestly it looks really cool. It kind of has like definitely a 90s vibe, which is very fitting. It has a very retro vibe to it, so I really like that. We've come so far from Vanguard Zombies where it was not even there on launch. Now we have the jet gun returning, but it's called the Thrustodyne Model 23. The jet gun is cool, an extremely potent, if alarming, rickety wonder weapon with a bulk that sacrifices some agility in favor of devastating damage. The Model 23 features a plethora of critically important improvements compared to the version you last had the opportunity to wield in Black Ops 2. So like I said, I already recapped this at the start of this video, so I'm not going to recap everything, but on screen right now, once again, you can see a screenshot of the more detailed version of this weapon if you want to read it for yourself. Now regarding the Wonderwolf DG2 replica. So this is crazy. You can buy this for yourself, but it's extremely expensive and it's limited time. It looks really cool and it's definitely an amazing collector's item. I'm not exactly sure if it's worth the price though, as it literally costs $350, and if you actually do get this, you will get exclusive in-game content, which is this electric camo called the Gold Lightning Camo. So yeah, if you want to get that, I guess you can, but it's definitely not for everyone. Not everyone, unfortunately, has that amount of money. Call of Duty are doing a giveaway on Twitter to get it, but yeah, I don't know how lucky everyone's going to be with that. Now regarding Liberty Falls specific gameplay mechanics. So like I said, the Rampage Inducer is back, which is a round accelerant, which you can activate to make the zombies a lot more aggressive and spawn faster if you're ready for a challenge and you want to progress the rounds quicker. Ammo caches are of course back. Of course, debris and barriers are back that you need to just purchase with Essence to explore the map and open it up. There are crafting tables back to get lethal tactical equipment as well as support equipment and score streaks, including the mutant injection to turn you into a mangler that we also have in Terminus. Mystery boxes back for a random weapon. You have warbuys again back as well. You have the warbuy armor for level 2 and 3 armor vests, as well as the ascenders and zip lines that I mentioned earlier. The arsenal is back for different weapon rarities and ammo mods. You also have the PackAPunch machine, which is just inside of the Dark Ether. It's very easy. You just need to open up barrier. You go inside the church, and there you go. You can go and access the Dark Ether. Go ahead and PackAPunch your weapon. It's not complicated at all because this is supposed to be an easy map. XFilling is also returning, and it's really cool. So when the situation is getting too overwhelming on set rounds, you can XFill just like in Cold War Zombies. If you want to end your game early, you're ready to back out. And in the gameplay trailer, we actually saw this in action, and it's really cool because you see the Mangler will actually shoot the helicopter with its cannon, causing it to blow up if you fail to XFill. And I can't wait to see all of the different XFill animations in this game. Now regarding traps on Liberty Falls, so these are very specific, and these are some really cool ones. So you have Dark Ether field generators with enough essence. One of the 2 powerful zombie dissolving devices is set up to pulp and pulverize. So you have these electric fences basically, kind of similar to many traps we've had before, but that's pretty cool. The next one is the parked vehicles. So most parked cars not already on fire can be used as makeshift explosive devices. Attract a horde, then detonate the vehicle to finish the job, but watch you aren't damaged in the blast. Third and finally, you have the Ethereal Trap. Now I'm not sure if there's any other ones other than this. I think this is all of them, but this is a really cool trap inside of Ollie's comic book store. Now this is actually the spot where Miller went and ran when her family were being devoured during the evacuation on this map. So I'm wondering if there's some sort of Easter egg related to that. I wonder why the frick there is even this trap in this place. But anyways, marvel at your latest superhero, the incredible Ether Ella, star of her own graphic novel. The standee also comes with a powerful laser, burning hordes of zombies to unpleasant smelling crisps. So yeah, they'll literally laser all of the zombies. It's crazy though, but why was this built in this comic book store? Was it because the owner of the comic book store was actually working for Project Janus? I imagine a lot of these buildings are actually just a front for Project Janus. It's kind of like a fake government town, and maybe they installed all of these secret defenses throughout. But you can see it's actually powered by Ethereum crystals. There's Ethereum crystals around it. Very, very cool stuff. And I guess it also gives more evidence to the fact that Samantha Maxis might be an AI on the map, considering there's an AI right here for this trap. But yeah, this is one of the coolest traps we've seen. Kind of reminds me of the laser trap we saw in Zombies in Spaceland as well. Now regarding the different inhabitants of Liberty Falls, so we have these different zombie types and different skins with all of these different redneck skins. So you'll see different skins such as sheriff, deputies, cheerleaders, bikers, punks, and other townsfolk. Interesting enough, in the gameplay trailer for Liberty Falls, we heard this person talking and then they kind of sounded like they were turning into a zombie at the end.
There's a place just round the bend. A place by the name of Liberty Falls. We're dying to welcome you.
I wonder if this could actually even be the background for the Shadow Smiths or what's going on there. And yeah, then the blog goes into the returning zombies on the game. So like I said, the Abominations are back. You'll see the gameplay on screen right now of each of the different zombie types. Yeah, of course, if you play Cold War and Modern Warfare 3, you're very familiar with them. They're very much similar to the Magwas. You just shoot their head, it's the weak spot. But they take a lot of damage, but they're not as annoying as the Magwas, and they shoot you with a laser as well. Unlike the Magwas, though, you can damage them throughout, but you just damage them more when their mouth is open. But the Magwas, you would only be able to damage them when their mouths are actually open. And yeah, you have all of those other enemy types like I mentioned before. So that's pretty much everything gameplay wise regarding Liberty Falls. Let me know what you think of this map. Like I said, lots of people are hating right now, but you know, we still have Terminus to play if you're not a big fan of this one. And yeah, another map as well coming before the end of the year should hopefully satisfy you. But anyways, that's all I wanted to say in this video. Thank you for watching the video. Make sure to subscribe if you're not here for some great Call of Duty news information. So anyways, thank you for watching, and bye.